Welcome back to Hot Rod Mess. I'm Angie.
And I'm Candice.
And on today's episode of Hot Rod Mess, we're going to be talking about the ugly truth. And the ugly truth means the ugly truth. What lies beneath that hood?
I love it. Yeah.
It's a fucking SS Camaro fucking engine. Like, fix my shit.
Yeah.
So it made me to think that people always undermine. Like, I saw this car the other day. It was, to the normal person, it's a shitbox.
Mm-hmm.
We consider it a shitbox. I saw it and I'm like, it's so pretty. Like, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to
You
see
could
it
see the
done.
end.
Right. And some people either have the knack for it or they don't. They either see shitbox or they see the end project. And I have a lot of those, like at the shop. We have a lot of cars that people look at and like, I didn't even know why anybody would invest their money. First of all, that car has so much fucking history to it and has so much shit under its hood. You have no idea.
Well, it's like the Vega. Like, I mean, the
It's
Vega's beautiful, but before it was beautiful, that still was extremely sentimental and like it didn't need to be pretty to mean something.
huge. What's wild though is the '59 Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
Our '59 Caddy
I love that
has
car.
some. Oh, I love that car. Nervous about driving it, but love that car.
Why are you nervous about driving it?
Because if somebody hits you, you're fucked.
Yeah.
That's the negative part about it. Not fucked like I'm gonna get hurt or whatever. Because things both. You're fucked because trying to find parts for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. And then you're talking about old school metal. You're
Mm-hmm.
talking about
Oh yeah, with the dents, like
yeah,
just barely touching it
yeah.
and just
Like you're. It's just a nightmare. And then usually what happened? That car's had one restoration in its life. So the story behind that car, and we're going to feature it eventually. It won't fit in my garage; it's too big. It won't fit angled. It only fits straight on. So eventually, when my big giant garage is up, we'll feature that garage. Um, but the story behind that is the gentleman who we bought it off of. His wife loved the Cadillacs, and he was sitting there. They had sold their Cadillac. She wanted another one, so he was sitting there one Sunday morning in the newspaper people, and he was flipping through the wanted ads and everything, and he saw the Cadillac.
mm-hmm.
It was in the middle of a snowstorm, and he said, "Let's go look at it." And she said, "It's we're in a snowstorm. Yeah, let's go look at it." It was in a barn. He bought it. She loved it. He bought it. They drove it home. Okay,
In a snowstorm.
yeah, drove it home, and she loved it. Loved that car,
That's awesome.
and he loved it. He loved that car, and then we would always fix it at the shop. And after when he would come, like he would every year he would allow us. He'd bring it in, and we would just tune it up or whatever.
Just general service.
General service, and because he was starting it for the season, and then he'd say, "Take it home, bring the kids out to ice cream in it. It's great." So every time we would bring it home, the kids would say, "Oh, we're going Cadillacing." Right? It's so funny. So we would get in the Cadillac, and they knew we were going to get ice cream, and they knew that we were going to Polar Cave to get ice cream,
Uh-huh.
which is why. So our talk about history and under the hood. So the top tier layer of my cake, my wedding cake, was the Jeep, the Vega, and the Cadillac, and all three of them were like this. And then there was William and I in the middle, like a bride and groom in the middle. And then and it was just a plain. The top piece was plain, and then the middle piece was one side of the cake was all sceneries, and the other side of the cake was not sceneries. It was just a regular traditional Hawaiian blah 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 cake, and there was a chain that went down the middle of it, and that's what divided the cake. So on the top layer, it was the Vega. Um, then the center layer was, and I had to find a bakery that would actually draw out a scenery of the polar cave and the Cadillac.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
that is what's on that part of the cake. That whole side is the image of the Cadillac, and so there's the Cadillac is there, and she drew the whole thing, and it's all on there, all edible by the way, because it all had to be edible. The bottom layer was the Jeep, which was Sandy Neck. We only ever took that thing out on Sandy Neck, and then the kids always knew that when we were going in the Jeep, we were going out on Sandy Neck. So that's the whole scenery of that is beach, out on Sandy Neck, whatever. But the Cadillac, believe it or not, if you look under the hood of that thing, there's a lot of history there.
Mhm.
And a lot of history that's actually in today's used in today's vehicles. Like on the so even that on the dashboard, there is uh, there's this little I don't know, looks like a little spaceship on the dash. And I asked my husband, what is that? He goes, oh, it's auto dimming. What? It's auto dimming. It's auto dimming your headlights for oncoming. Like how we have auto high beams on and
Yeah,
off. It's kind of the same thing.
that's crazy.
And I was
And
like,
what year?
59.
That's crazy.
And you could tune it. There's like this little black knob on the back that you could tune. It's
That's so
fucking wild.
cool.
Wild.
That's so
The
cool.
antenna is electric. It goes up and it comes back down and it
That's
goes up and comes
impressive.
down. But people are like, oh my God, I can't. There's history there.
Mm-hmm.
There's serious history in that car that we're using today.
Mm-hmm.
And it always blows my mind when somebody looks at a car and they're like, man, it's just a piece of shit. It's not a piece of shit.
No.
That car has love. It has history. It has who banged in that fucking back seat. Like so many things. And the crazy part is that when you bring it somewhere and people see it, they're like, "Oh my God, I remember when automatic."
Everyone has a Cadillac story.
Everybody's got a Cadillac story,
Yeah.
and that's just it. Like,
My grandmother drove a drove. She
yeah,
drove
true.
she drove a baby blue DeVille.
Awesome.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
everybody has that story. Or like
Mhm.
I have another like I was chatting with somebody about just cars in general, and they're like, back in my day, I had a blah blah blah. And they started talking about it, and it was a Monte Carlo that they had, and I was like, oh my God, they remember every little thing about it.
Mm.
They remember the sticky gas pedal. They remember everything, and it's kind of funny because my husband will always say old cars are great. They're so much easier to work on. And I said, what do you mean? And, well, my brother-in-law will say, because for starters, you can fucking fit inside the engine bay. And I'm like, all right, good point there. You can.
Yeah.
And my husband will say, because they're very simple.
Simple.
They're simple. Boom, bang, suck. That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you have all that happening,
You're good.
you're good to go. And it really, until I had to put the motor in the Chevelle, another story.
Does she have a motor right now?
No, Candice.
I couldn't remember.
No, Candice.
I'm in trouble, guys.
She's sitting. No, 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 no. Here is a downright dirty truth, okay? Ugly ass truth about being a fucking wife of a shop owner. This is what sucks.
This is just a general wife of a mechanic.
Shop owner's a little worse.
Yeah.
Because my husband, okay, Trailblazer, walked in the shop. Anybody who knows, in 2008, for some reason, Chevrolet, just on the Trailblazer, changed the bolt pattern to some bizarre, off the charts, nobody fucking makes a rim for it bolt pattern. To the point where when I called Wheel Pros and I asked, he laughed.
That's funny.
Good luck, is what he said. What? No. Nobody makes a wheel for that. It's not happening.
Why?
So,
Why Chevy? Why?
why Chevy? Why? Why? Whatever.
It's a Blazer. It's not even like it's just a Blazer. Why do it on that? Whatever.
I don't know. Don't know.
Just want to fuck with people.
What really pissed me off is that the Trailblazer also had the SS, which had the bigger motor in it at the time, which actually was a badass ride.
Mm.
Naturally, people are going to change the wheels on that, or they're going to do something custom to it.
Of course they are.
It's designed to be a badass car.
If you're gonna buy a car that has a engine like that, like why?
Why?
Yeah.
Don't understand, Chevy. What were you thinking?
It seems like some Apple bullshit where it's like, oh well, you have to buy wheels from us, but they didn't even have
They didn't
wheel
offer
options.
wheels.
Yeah.
So then I'm sitting in the shop, and I come in, and I go, "Wow, those are really pretty." I was like, "Oh, you know what? I actually have those same rims. Rims, awesome. That's so great. You're gonna get them." Everybody looks at me. Angie, those are your wheels. What? Yeah, your husband just sold them. What? So I go to my husband. Are you fucking serious right now? Did you really? He goes, listen, customer wants rims, and those are the only ones, and they're brand new. We haven't even bolted them on your car yet. They're gone. I'll get you a new set. What new set are you getting me?
Yeah, where are you gonna find these?
I had to have those fuckers custom drilled. So then, this god awful rim that sits behind you, which is why I'll never get rid of this fucking rim. Stupid rim. That rim was drilled. It was the only rim in the country that would possibly fit the Trailblazer.
That's crazy.
It actually, if you take that center cap off, it has different. It will fit a Trailblazer, it will fit a Tahoe, and it will fit the 2015 Chevy Suburban. And the reason why is because it has a hole here that's been where it was drilled, and there was insets put in. Like there's a technical word for them, I'm saying it wrong, but whatever. Put in, and then there's the regular hole that fits a regular Tahoe or Suburban.
Wow.
That rim literally is going to be the death of me because I avoided hitting a kid on a bike, which I'm not going to lie, I probably should have hit the kid's bike. It would have been cheaper. To get that fucking rim, because I ended up nicking a curb,
Ugh.
to get that rim replaced, it's $600 for the rim and $300 for the tire. The negative part is the rim no longer is made. Yes. And the one left in the country that I could have gotten to replace that rim cannot get
Why?
because they won't drill it.
Rude.
Rude. Bullshit.
So this fucker can go in 3 different cars. Because I was like, that's off of the Yukon.
Yep.
Because I remember
It
it
went
on
from
the Yukon.
Trailblazer to Tahoe, from Tahoe to Suburban.
Or Tahoe. Yeah, it would have been the Tahoe.
And I was gonna get a whole new set of them and put them on the Escalade because I actually have a bubble in the back of that one. And you can't, that rim, that fucker right there is warped. It's bent.
Mhm.
On top of that. We actually believe that it was bent when it came from the factory. So you couldn't, but there was nothing I could do about it because these were drilled for the Trailblazer.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do shit about it. And so you always had to put it there. You had to make sure that it was in the same position because you couldn't put it in the front. Because if you put it in the front of the car, you would shake uncontrollably. While
Oh my god.
yeah, you wouldn't even make it 20 feet without. It
Ugh.
was brutal. You felt like your teeth were gonna rattle out of your fucking head.
No, thank you.
Brutal. But so there's my Trailblazer. Sold my rims. Then fast forward, he sold pieces of my vinyl, my pink vinyl, to someone to put on their truck. Later, I became good friends with this person.
All right.
But really,
Yeah.
well, she needed. I'm like, that was the last bit of pink vinyl that I had. Well, I guess you're gonna have to find some more, motherfucker. Now I have a.
Your dog is barking.
It is barking, you fucker. Vincent. Oh, my mini Vinnie.
Well, I'm wondering if my babysitter has returned.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You'll know in a second. But then, so there's that. Now, fast forward to my Chevelle,
Mm-hmm.
my Shelly. There was a part for the power steering that was back ordered. A customer of ours wanted power steering in their Monte Carlo.
Guess we got power steering in their car.
Yeah, because they have no power steering. Because all these cars, older cars, they don't have power steering. A lot of them don't.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, I dated a kid who had a Fleetwood broom.
Oh yeah, brutal.
Every goddamn time.
Yeah, and I had to have power steering because again, got rear-ended, tit booby problem. I couldn't actually make this rotation. So for like a whole year, I couldn't even drive the Chevelle because I couldn't turn.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. So then, fast forward, I'm gonna say that he's probably barking at the storm because they're home. So then, fast forward, I go, oh, can we put my power steering in? Oh no, we can't. Why? I sold the part because it was back ordered. It's in Steve's car. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I went in the Monte Carlo. You were the only person that had a brand new one. I'm like, so you sold it?
No.
Listen, we gotta make money. Whatever.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
But
whatever. And then
Put Shelly together.
put Shelly together. And then he sold my motor out of my car. So he's like, well, you're not going to keep it. You're putting an LS3 in it. I'm like,
That's not the point,
but I'm not putting an LS3 in it right now.
right? I don't currently have it.
I do actually own it.
Oh, you have it?
Oh, I legitimately own the LS3 and the tranny and everything that goes with it.
In a box?
It's not even in a box. It's on a pallet that your husband actually has rolled away from out of the area, rolled into the area, rolled out of the area. It has literally been like a little whore just rolling around the shop.
Oh my god.
I own it.
That's so
I
funny.
own it. Yes, I do actually own it, and I have it. The negative part is putting it in because you have to cut the tunnel of the Chevelle, and then we just learned that you can actually buy all of that stuff, crate motor and everything done with all the electronics and everything for 15 grand from GM, and I can drop it in, and I don't have to cut the. I won't have to cut the tunnel, but
That's 15 grand.
it's 15 grand. But I could get probably 10 grand for the LS3 combo that I have. And I still have to spend probably 5 to 10 grand for the remainder of the shit.
So maybe.
It might. But we're having a garage problem right now, so
You're running out of space.
I don't have space. I also own a 50 by 90 garage, with literally right now is a pile of metal. So there's that.
Well, you know, whatever.
But
The ugly truth of that car is she's a hoe.
she's a hoe. She's a hoe.
Yeah.
She has history. She's a hoe.
So you can't discount a car that doesn't look pretty.
No.
Like, beautiful lie.
Yep.
You know, and the ugly truth is the better option.
It's true. Very true. And it's crazy because a lot of people can't actually handle the truth.
Oh my god, no.
Not even a little bit. They really can't. Or even a beautiful, beautiful lie. Like Shelly is a beautiful lie. She's a hoe all over the place. She does whatever. I don't know. I mean, her hood's her hood. I mean, there's that.
She owns something.
That hood is for her. He hasn't sold that off of her yet.
Well, you haven't talked to him yet today.
Don't worry. One of my wheels right now is sitting on another customer's car as a mock-up because my car happens to have the same size that's needed to mini tub their car.
Oh my god.
So I'm watching it roll out and I'm like, this is bullshit.
Bye-bye.
This is bullshit. But you know what? I guess I can't even complain about that because the ugly truth about that is I didn't want those rims to begin with.
Boom.
But the rims that are on there was the only ones I could afford at the time, and it was the compromise to the closest thing, and I had to do the rims in order to lower the car because everything was done around the rims. So there you go. It's fucking hot rods, man, are a domino effect of bullshit.
Literal money pit and stress.
Yeah, they're hot rod fucking mess.
Hot rod mess?
That's like it's a mess. Like you'll see it. I think I have it on there somewhere in there on our TikTok or whatever that says hot rods are literally a fucking mess.
Yeah.
And it's a domino. It's like and they're literally like a sick. They're like a sick. They're like an addiction. They're like a drug.
Yeah.
Once you do something to it once, you just keep touching it.
You can't stop.
Can't stop.
No.
Even with like the blue bonnet right now, I'm like, ooh, I need to make quick releases so I can drop the top, so I don't have to keep doing it old school and wrenching it off to then move it off, and then I can be anywhere, put my top up. So now I'm like, babe, how do we do that? And he's like, oh,
Oh god.
yeah, it's just the domino.
It's just as bad as the people who come in the shop are like, hey, can you do blah 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 blah?
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing.
Just one more thing. And so you'll hear me say it in the shop all the time. I walk up back and I'm like, hey, so how long are you going to be on this? Well, if they'll stop fucking adding, I'm like, just one more thing.
And just one more
Just
thing.
one more thing. But it's wild because you go, like some people ask, they're like, why do you have all this, like, why do you have all these cars? My neighbor actually asked, don't you like all this junk in your yard? And I looked at him and I said, they're not junk. They're history.
Yeah.
No. And then when you start talking to him and educating
and
him,
explaining,
he's like, oh, I did not know that.
What about the truck that's like a literal pile of rust?
The rusty truck. So that truck we purchased, that was actually Jacob's first car. He had an option of just us buying him a car, or he could build a car. He chose building a truck. It's a 61 Chevy, actually. And
Mhm.
the car that's next to it is the donor car. And that car,
Hi, pup.
he's going to open the door now. Come in.
Can you do it?
Hello, Vincent.
Oh. Good job!
I'm so proud of you. Now off, real shit. I
Oh.
love you. I love you. I know. You've been upstairs by yourself for a while.
Oh, I saw by myself I was working.
Stop. So that was his finisher car. So
Mhm.
Jake's truck is actually, it has a modern engine in it. So
Mhm.
it has a 20, I think it's a 2003 2004 Chevy truck engine
Mhm.
that they're converting over into that vehicle. So it'll be a modern day driver,
Mhm.
but look old
So
school.
very cool.
So that's what he's doing. We purchased that truck. So that truck was sitting in the back of somebody's yard forever. It was his. I'm gonna fix it
Someday.
eventually, and he never got around to it. And then he ended up having to move, which was fine. So he called up my husband and said, "Hey, do you want it?" And then Jacob had to track down the loaner or the donor truck.
Mhm.
And then they started working on it in the driveway, and that's where they got everything mostly switched over to. But then, good old, good old town delayed my garage, and they're at a standstill. Actually, they were supposed to when we moved into the new shop, which we won't be moving into. They were gonna leave it in the back of the shop and
Just
just do it in the back.
tinker at it when
Yeah,
you have
it'd
time.
be out of sight, out of mind. But then Jacob went to college. So eventually, they're gonna finish it. It's supposed to be a senior project and finish it.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see, because he's going into his junior year, which is wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
he's
crazy.
finishing his sophomore year. Yeah, why?
God, why?
I know, it's crazy.
He's like an adult.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm not a
No,
fan.
no,
No, I don't. No, I don't like adult cousins. I like them when they're babies.
yeah, baby cousins.
Like baby cousins.
Yeah, they're cute as that. And Jake's still
No, he's
cute.
so cute. No.
He's still amazing. He's still cute.
So that truck will literally be a lie. Like old school on the outside, modern on the inside.
Oh yeah,
I
it'll
dig it.
totally be a lie.
I love
Ugly.
that.
It'll be an ugly lie. But
That's an acceptable lie.
yeah, it's beautiful. But it is like you have other people that, like, don't lie. Like, here's my other thing though. Like, if you're human, don't fucking lie. Like, if there's one thing in life that I've learned, no matter how horrible anything is, don't lie.
Don't lie. Just
I know. Come on.
get comfy,
Come on.
bud. It's all good.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Are you having a moment back there?
You gonna make
Are
it?
you are you gonna make it? Are you gonna just wreck the whole studio? All right.
Lying.
You're
Lying is bad.
no, it sucks. Like, don't fucking do
Don't
it.
fucking lie.
Like, I mean, I so talk about like ugly truths and everything. Like, so my background and all that, I really thought, stop with your paw, bro. I, in the beginning of my relationship with William and all that, I literally, I lied to him about where I was,
Mm.
and it was more of, and he kicked me out of the house. He kicked me out. It's great. Yeah, I was out, kicked out for the whole weekend, and it was because I lied. But I didn't. I lied to protect my background, to protect because I lied because I was afraid he would judge me on who I was.
Okay.
And I was not a very good person. I was not rolling with the right people. I was not doing the right things. It was horrible.
Same girl, same.
This was when I had to let go of the individual that I had mentioned in Breaking Free. And I I also didn't have, I was still kind of learning my husband. Didn't have I know I love you too. I didn't have a clear cut on understanding of
Mm.
him. I just kind of judged him like every other male and
He's a
whatever.
dude. They're all
Right.
the same.
He's not going to get it. He's going to think I'm this. He's going to think I'm that, and blah, blah, blah. So I sugarcoated it and lied to him. And then I essentially told him, but then he kicked me out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
But now what I've learned is no matter how horrible it is, just rip the fucking band aid off
Just
and
tell the
say it.
truth.
Just say it.
It's so much easier. So my thing, since I've gotten clean, I've been very adamant about not lying because I spent so much time lying, skirting the truth, trying to get one over on people. No. So I'm like, well, I did all that fucked up shit. So now I'm just tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
Right.
But because I'm a people pleaser, which I have stopped, and I'm very proud of myself,
Yes.
I would avoid it. I wouldn't lie, but if somebody be like, "Oh, can you do blah blah blah?" I can't tell anybody no. Now I can. Like,
Fuck no.
for a long time, I had a hard time telling people no. If somebody asked me to babysit or whatever, I would say yes because I would feel so bad saying no. So I would just ignore people. I would ignore the situation. And I would be like, oh, I didn't get that text. What are you talking about? A phone? I don't even have a phone.
What phone? What are you talking about? I don't. Nope. I lost it in a river down in fucking.
Never even heard about it. Don't even know. What is a phone? Yeah, so that was my problem. That I would avoid it. But I wouldn't lie. But I avoided it. Now I don't care. Now I'll be honest. Like it's not worth it. It's not worth it to lie.
No,
it's not worth it to lie.
And the thing is it's just that like cars that are old school and everything, they don't lie. They tell you how it is.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you go fuck yourself. They tell you how it is. And like everybody's always like, is this all about you, my friend?
Yeah, have you seen me?
Good Lord, you're fucking needy.
It's about me.
Oh.
It's about me. You were down here for an hour and a half without me.
I've referenced before in a lot of my TikToks, this dude rolls with me everywhere. And if there's something that he doesn't do, is he doesn't lie.
Yeah.
He tells me every moment of every day.
Yep.
Who I am and how I feel.
Oh yeah.
You know that?
Judgmental.
He's judgy fucking Jimmy.
Oh, big time.
Big time.
You
He's
big
judging
judge.
us right now.
Oh yeah, he's got his judgmental. People think we're fucking crazy that we equate so much emotion to our dogs, but like, it's real.
But they're real.
It's real.
People that don't like dogs, I don't trust you.
I literally same. If you're like, I don't really know animals, no. Like,
I don't trust you because you're a liar. You hide shit. And a dog
dogs,
will
no.
fucking call you out.
Mhm.
Cats will call you out too and literally tell you to go fuck yourself.
Oh,
and they'll give you no remorse.
Our fucking cat, she can magic her ass outside. I don't know how that bitch gets outside. My daughter swears that she has a secret door. Like literally, this cat.
Probably does.
Oh, she's a pain in the ass.
Can you stop? Really?
11:30 at night last night. She just comes running in the house. I'm like, bitch, how'd you get outside?
Yeah, it's a
Bastard. No, but if you don't like animals, or especially if you don't like dogs, there's something wrong.
There's something wrong.
There's something
wrong. If you go like, no, I just don't like them. No, you're just an asshole.
Yeah.
You're an asshole.
No, like my mother doesn't like animals. She's not an animal person. She's never been an animal person. She didn't have good animals growing up, so she didn't. But the dogs that they have had, she loves them. Loves that dog.
Yeah.
My 3 pain in the ass dogs, she loves my dog. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it goes to the fucking groomers more than you and I.
Literally. Yeah. Yeah, no. She doesn't even like animals, but she still likes dogs.
I'm holding you. You can stop.
You were so extra.
He's so extra.
You were so fun.
So fucking
You're the therapy dog. She's not your therapy human.
I am a service human for my service dogs.
Literally. Homie.
Yep.
Homie.
Daddy, wish you was me, bitch.
Right? Have you seen me?
Mom, don't swear.
Have you seen my paw?
Candice, don't swear like that, Candice.
Yeah, I see my friend.
That is my ear that you are physically violating.
You tried to steal one of Mom's earrings.
God.
Lose another earring.
That's
How'd you lose an earring?
Axel, literally, I can't let him. He ripped my last set of diamonds. He ripped one right out.
I don't doubt that. That boy with his creepy little tongue.
A creepy little motherfucker with his tongue. And you want to talk about lying. If you're an asshole, he's way worse. At least Vinnie will give you like a little bit of a pass and he'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Axel literally was like, nah, fuck you. Fuck you. Hold on, let me just give you the furry finger as I walk by.
Oh my
I know,
God.
you don't swear like that. I know.
You don't like the bad language?
No, I don't. I'm prim and proper, Vincent. Yeah.
Yep. Have you seen me?
Yeah. How's Vinnie? How's Vinnie today? Do you have any ugly truths you want to
What's
tell
your
us?
ugly truth, Vin?
I don't need to have a mom.
You funny
I
boy.
did not like the blue bonnet when it first came up. Let's not talk about it. I did not like it. I jumped out.
Was it scary?
It was very scary.
Oh my god.
You know he won't ride the Chevelle either. When I first got him, I got him in the Chevelle.
Uh-huh.
And this was when I was, obviously the Chevelle had a motor in it at the time. He won't ride in it.
That's so funny.
He will not get in it. And I don't know why,
You're
because
weirdo.
it has a bench. It has way more room.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally just, like, sit with me all day.
Yeah, he could be on top of you as a bench seat.
Uh-huh. No.
You would think that would be like his favorite.
You would think. He didn't like it.
You're weird.
Yep. Doesn't like it. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
Well, you're not afraid to share your truth.
No, he is not.
Nope.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't like animals. Like, can you stop it? No. 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 See, everybody's seen your paw. I'm not.
Everyone's aware of the paw. We got it. I love the paw.
They see it all the time on TikTok.
Everyone see your paw.
If
you're not following us on TikTok, you should. It's a real fun place. We do 2 a day. It's a real good time. Vinny's usually there. I'm usually yelling about something. Like, it's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's definitely a good time. I like all of our social media. I've been getting us more active on Twitter, and that's pretty fun. Yeah, with my stupid little car jokes.
Okay, so I saw that and I'm like, oh, let me think about this. And then I clicked on it and I was like, oh, the answer's in there?
So I put the flags to divide it. There's
great.
Another good one tonight.
It was great. It was awesome. I'm going to start flooding TikTok with a bunch of shit.
I love that.
Shit. Like today was all about like the truth of being in the automotive world as a woman.
Yeah.
And how it really is, like actually one of our followers, Cape Cod Moms on TikTok, has requested that we do an episode regarding women empowerment in a male dominant world.
I definitely think we need to do that because it's true. You live it every day.
Every day. Every day. And it's funny because
I'm sure you get like well, can I talk to a guy?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And here's the truth about that, right? If you roll into a shop, like especially my shop, you roll into my shop and you need to talk to somebody. Like at one point they're like, "Oh, nice dog you have there," to one of the guys, and they're like, "That's her dog."
Yeah.
Like, first of all, did you not see that boy?
Yeah, right.
Walk like he looked, monitored where I was, and then went, "Okay, I'll sit in my chair." You need to stop. You're done. And it's true though. Like being in that world sucks. Like people come in like there's a joke in there, and people are like, "Oh, that's so funny." It's funny but real. I have to literally say, "I don't have enough dick for this today. Who can I get a penis? Can I get a penis in aisle one?" And then guys, I'll never forget it. I was pregnant with Ella.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was pregnant. And this guy was like 7 feet tall. He had to duck to come in to the shop.
Oh my god.
And he had these big burly shoulders, and he was this big burly guy. And he comes over and he puts his hands on the counter, and he's leaning over the counter more so I think just so he could fit.
So he could like see you.
Yeah, and he goes, and I'll never forget. It was like doof on the counter, and I was like, "Hi, what can I do for you?" "I don't think you can do much of anything for me. I need a man." And I went, "Oh." I said, "Well, luckily for you today," I said, "I did bring my dick, so, I mean, you can either deal with me or you can fucking sit there and wait until 6:01. We close at 6. I said, "You get the fucking hint then, right?" And then the guy turned around and he said, "Fair enough. I'll chest you out." "Oh, okay."
Thanks.
We're going for a test drive? Like, buddy, you couldn't handle me if I fucking rode you. It would never. You couldn't handle me.
No.
So, I don't know what planet you're living on with the whole... Where are you going? Is that what you're doing? Dude!
Why did it take you so long to edit this episode? Vinnie!
Fucking Vinnie. He's pathetic. This is what he does, man. This is why I can never get shit done.
Diablo does this. He like nuzzles. I'm on the computer last night doing my stuff, and then all of a sudden there's a nose in between my hand and the keyboard. And I'm like, I gotta edit your father's penis.
Yeah.
Let me do it.
Like, what the fuck? Dickheads.
Dickheads.
Jesus.
And then my dog is off in the corner like, fuck everyone. I hate everyone except for my mom. Fuck everyone. But then he still hates me half the time too.
Yeah, that's
Asshole.
just it. And like, they're dogs, man.
Dogs, man.
They're just, like,
They're not gonna lie to you.
no, they're not gonna lie to you. They're gonna tell you what's up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Make you
just,
feel better.
they're gonna make you feel better. And the thing is, like, my other thing is, like, I go for walks with him a lot during when it's nicer out, and I go down like Main Street in the morning because I like that crisp morning air.
It's nice.
I'm a weirdo morning person like that. I'm not a nighttime person. I do not do nights. I don't do nights. But if you want to get up at like 6 a.m. and be friends, I'm like chippery dick my day. Let's go.
I want to sleep in, but I can be up at 6 a.m. and like, let's go.
Yeah. Like I love it because I feel like the day is just there. And there's been so many times I've slept my days away.
Oh, I hate when my husband gets up at 11 o'clock and I'm like, homie, it's 11 o'clock.
It's
What are
11.
you supposed to do now?
The day's done.
I'm like, the baby's going for a nap in an hour.
Right.
Like
you're just gonna go back to bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's ridiculous.
Although tomorrow he better let me sleep in.
Yeah. Mine let me sleep. Well, mine actually. So my husband's thing is, shit, if she's sleeping, then I can sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just be quiet and not wake her, I know he's doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I know it is. I know this is his ugly truth. Okay? Babe, I know what you're up to. He literally will sit there silently. No volume on his phone, but he's watching videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll creep my eyes open and I'm like, what time is it? It's 9:30. I'm like, oh my God, the day's almost done. He's like, well, you were sleeping and I didn't want to wake you. You didn't want to wake me because you know the second I get up,
You're up.
everybody's up. Because that means he's moving. I mean, I can't even touch the floor without him being like, it's breakfast. Breakfast time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's you because you're a big back.
Oh, yeah. This morning, they were bouncing at the top of the stairs. The boys like to bounce when they're waiting for something because they're fucking Tiggers. Just bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. I come out of my room to open the baby gate for them. The baby gate was open. They're up at the top of the stairs, like, time to go, time to go, time to go. I'm like, fuckers, go.
Go, assholes.
I'm like, get out of my way. I need to pee.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'm like, go down the fucking stairs.
Down the fucking stairs, you shitbags.
Dumbasses.
Oh. That's like these guys get to the top of the stairs and they wait while they're wagging. And if anybody has ever seen Axel, he is Mr. fucking Wiggles.
Oh, yeah, that butt.
It's not only just his butt, it's like his whole body is doing this. So he's trying to like walk down the stairs, and this one's just excited that he has his blankie in his mouth. And then the other one's trying to steal the blanket. I'm like, walk!
Go down the stairs. Yeah, they're trying to fight with each other going down the stairs. I'm like, just get down the fucking stairs, and then you can fight all you want.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It was really funny. Axel one day rotated his butt in the Wiggles, and he hip checked him, and he fell down to the next platform, and I was like, and he got up, shook it off. He's like, where's my blankie?
Embarrassed.
He went and picked up his blankie.
You got your blankie?
He went and got your blankie.
My goodness.
He's like, this is bullshit.
This is bullshit. So I asked our followers, ugly truth, beautiful lie. Everybody said ugly truth. Yeah. And I'm pretty proud of the people that follow us because, like, that's the answer.
It is the answer. And that's just it. A lot of people don't want the truth. They don't want the truth.
No.
And the thing is, though, is that when you tell somebody the truth, most people are taken back by it. Like,
yeah.
oh, that person's an asshole. They're
people
not.
Equate being fully truthful with being an asshole.
It's
no.
not.
If you are just being honest, yeah, it might hurt. It might hurt. It's like when women are like, how do I look in this? And their husband's like, I don't like it. They get pissed. Then don't fucking ask.
Don't ask the fuck.
If I'm feeling insecure and I'm already like, I don't know if I like this, but I want to wear it, I'm not asking Douglas because he's going to tell me. And if I don't ask, he probably won't. Sometimes he will if it's really bad. But if I don't want that truth, I'm not going to ask for it.
No. Don't ask for it. And that's the thing. People, like I have friends of mine, and I'm like, why don't you just tell them what's up? Oh, God, no.
Well, it's like what we talked about in our last episode or next episode, I don't know, about couples, people not wanting to tell their spouse things.
Yeah, you can't.
You
can't.
Why are you going to do that? Why are you married to a person?
That you can't be truthful with.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. I get it. Marriage is a construct. whatever. But there's something more there. It's not just a relationship.
When
Like,
you're married, it is like, okay, to me, this is just only my only opinion. When you get married, because I'm a very strong-willed believer of marriage, and I think that if you can't follow the same rules of marriage prior to being married, then you shouldn't actually be married. But marriage, and there are certain circumstances where things don't work out. You were in that situation
yep,
and whatever, and you moved on.
I shouldn't have got married in the first place.
Right. But marriage is once you become that unity with that person and you take those vows, when they say literally for better or worse, you are for better or worse. My husband has seen me at my worst.
Same.
And my husband has seen me at my best.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband he has seen my ugly truths.
Mm-hmm.
And until I mean, in 2020 it was the worst for me because I didn't really know my truth. And then
You didn't. You had been living a lie for most of your
my
life.
whole life,
Yeah.
pretty much. And then my ugly came out
Mm-hmm.
because of the lie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. Like that lie, and it wasn't a little lie, it was like a giant fucking bullshit of my
It was
whole
a
entire
lie on a lie and a
right.
story and a compounded and
Yeah.
just
It was horrible. And what it did was it literally put me into this bubble of not knowing who I was. So now my husband, better or worse, he had to kind of deal with it so I could figure out my truth, who I was.
yeah.
And for part of him, it was scary. And I know it was scary because he didn't know, like, is she gonna come to reality and not want to be with me? Is she gonna be like that? Nope, I'm good. Like I'm going down a dark road. Like
You could have gone a lot of ways. You
I
could.
could have, I could have. And I gotta say though, in 2021, this guy was born. I didn't know when he was a baby, but I lost Lola,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was like for me, it felt like another piece of me being ripped out.
Oh yeah. How
And
old was she? 12, 13?
14,
14.
fucking 14
Yeah.
year old boxer. And I had just now gotten my dream house and I had all this and all that, but then in the same token, I'm trying to find out who I am again
Mm-hmm.
and be a mom and do all this and be a good wife. And to be honest, I didn't have any more to give.
Yeah.
And just leave me the fuck alone. And I think he knew that. And he allowed me to fill myself with the joy of this house
Mm-hmm.
and the interior and all that, because all of it had to be redone because it was a foreclosure. But then I still felt lonely. He was working late at night. Now I felt real alone because I didn't even know who I was.
Oh yeah.
Now I had to balance out where all these fucking horrible dreams were, but they're really realities. And now it's like, oh my God, it's horrible. And it was a lie. And that is the domino effect of a lie. It fucks with someone bad, horribly bad.
I mean, this happened to you over 20 years ago and it's hitting you now. Like if you had had the last 20 plus years to deal with it, it might
Yeah,
have been
might
easier,
have been.
but
It,
probably not. But
right. If I knew the ugly truth back then and was able to deal with it
mm-hmm.
and process all of the compounding bullshit, then maybe it would have been
You'd be a completely different person.
completely
You'd
different.
be a completely different person.
Completely different. 100% completely.
Do you feel like you're a significantly different person than you were before 2020?
100%. I'm actually more at peace.
I was gonna say, do you probably are better because
Yeah.
now you know the truth.
I do know the truth. And now that I'm processing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still processing because you're processing every day.
This is not something that you get
Yeah.
over in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You're dealing with the rest of your life.
Right. It's literally, so when they say PTSD, so yes, I've had a trauma. No, I haven't had bombs blowing up in front of me.
It's a pretty significant trauma.
But essentially, I am, yes,
Got to get pushed off your seat.
I'm gonna get pushed off my chair. Um, we just did this.
Is that not where you just were?
He has to be closer because he couldn't be close enough. But essentially, it's PTSD. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
constantly dealing with it, and little things trigger. Like I was on a police call right before my dad died, and a car. I happened to be in the road, and a car that I was picking up. I had to go on the other side to hook it up and everything, and a car coming at me, not at me like gonna hit me, but like coming
Driving
in
down
the
the road.
opposite, like in the driving down the road because that side of the road was clear. It was a Ford Ranger,
Mhm.
gray, exactly like my father's and everything. It had the ladder rack on the back, on the top, and all that. And you got to stop. You're being obnoxious. Stop it. No. And what had happened was I literally went into a panic.
Mm-hmm.
I was panicking. I thought it was him, and I started not being able to breathe or whatever. He's in the truck now, freaking out
Because he knows you're.
because he knows it's what he was trained for. Like namaste,
Yep.
and
Now must annoy you.
yeah, and now that like I'm in this situation, I call my husband. I didn't tell him. I never told him because at this point I'm still trying to process stuff, thinking how to deal with all these emotions because we all know I don't do emotions. I don't
No.
do feelings. I don't do it. Can you get down? But so you process all this bullshit and then you're like, I never said anything to my husband about it that day on the police scene. I just called him and said I can't tow this car.
Yep.
Something wrong, whatever. Because I was panicking. When you can't panic, you have to stay calm when you're on a scene
Yeah.
because you could lose your contract and all this. And I can't tell them like I need a moment
No.
because that's not a thing. They just want the fucking road
They
clear.
want the car out of the road.
And so he shows up because he's like 2 seconds away, and he goes, "Help the fucking car up and go."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't know. I just couldn't get it. Okay, so now talk about being in a male dominant world. They're all like mocking me about this back at the shop
Yep.
because he's like, well, she had the chains over here, and blah, blah. And then Doug's like, you come on, you know you're not supposed to do that. And then this one's like, yeah, rookie mistake. And I got really mad.
Yeah, I would too.
I was so pissed off that I actually was, you know what, fuck all of you. No, it doesn't really matter, blah, 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 blah. But instead, I was making up lies to cover my ugly that was happening.
Yeah.
And it, again, a domino effect. Don't do it. If I would have said to my husband, listen, I can't pull it together right now, and I'm having a fucking moment, I need you here now.
Yeah.
He would have just came, hooked the car, shut up,
Wouldn't have said anything.
he would have never said anything to the shop. What he would have said was, what is going on? Are you okay? When we got back to the yard.
Yeah, then you could have handled it.
And I would have said, most likely, knowing me, I don't want to talk about it right now, but I totally had a fucking mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And I probably would have said, I saw a truck that looked like my dad's truck. And I don't want to say, because I really hate people that make like, oh, I saw this and it was so traumatizing. Like, okay, it was done and it was over with. But I have never faced my dad after all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still going through all these motions, and I literally, like I said, in 2020 Bomb Drop, whenever that comes out, I think it's the next episode, or whatever episode.
It'll
Uh,
be a past episode.
it will be
So
past by this point.
yes. Mm-hmm.
um, what what I didn't realize was the traumas that he had caused
Mm-hmm.
and processing and all this, and I truly I hate when people use their past as an excuse.
When they use it as a crutch, when it's an actual thing that you're working on to get past, I think it's different. But if you're just like holding on to your trauma, like for example, with myself, like I always had this issue. My father called me fat one time. I've never been fat in my life.
No,
And he was like, he called me like chunky. And so for years, I held on to the bullshit. And it's such a minuscule thing. But I was like, I can't be fat. I can't be fat. I can't be fat. And now I've worked through that. And now I'm fine.
yeah,
You know, like I held on to it for too long. And I'm aware of that now. Because you got to work through your shit. You can't just use it as a
you can't
crutch.
use it as a crutch. You gotta work through your shit. And the thing is like I'm trying as like obviously I'm going to therapy and all that to process because she's awesome and it's not like telling
Yeah,
about
you
this.
really seem to like her. Like she's someone who can get you to open up.
I do like her because she's a realist
That's what you need.
and she's not trying to change me
Mm-hmm.
and she's not trying to flutter all the shit into my head. She literally lets me leave my shit in the shit box.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it sucks because it's like I'm dumping all of my shit on her.
But that's what she's there for.
Oh, I thought we were on Do Not Disturb. My bad. It's the daughter. We all know what she does. Um, I literally Do Not Disturb. I feel great. No, off. I feel great because like things with my husband when she was like, well, you need to tell him. Actually, you should tell him that you were actually having what you were having
Mm-hmm.
was a panic attack. And I'm like, that's not a fucking thing. And she goes, you could call it what you want to call it,
Whatever it is,
whatever it is to you,
but it was happening.
but it was happening,
And you need to tell him.
and you needed to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hold in that.
No. I've dealt with anxiety for years, so like I understand panic attacks that better than anyone ever meet. And I can be having one and I'll tell Douglas and he'll be like, okay, can you do it later? And sometimes I can be like, yep, later. I will panic later.
Right.
Because I'm always tell him, I'm like, as soon as it starts happening, I'm like, it's happening. And he's like, what do we need to do? Brace for impact. Like,
Right.
I've had to always tell him. I have to, because I used to keep it to myself. And that didn't get us anywhere.
No.
I always just tell him, I'm like, it's happening. I don't know why. Most of the time, there's no reason behind my anxiety. It
Right.
just happens.
Do you feel like I think my worry, fucking anxiety, freaking the fuck out is now how are my kids going to see me? How is this going to impact my kids?
Mm-hmm.
Like last night when I like my chest, and I'm really thinking to myself, am I stroking out? Do I have to go? Am I having a stroke? If I'm having a stroke, I have to call 911 because Care Bear says you should always call 911 first because they have the meds on board and don't try to drive yourself to the hospital. Now,
No.
and then I'm like, oh my god, I got to record tomorrow. So if I fucking, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
Going down the hole.
I'm in the fucking dark hole now. And but at the end, I'm like, well, how's this going to affect my kids?
Mm-hmm.
Everything that I'm doing, how's it going to affect them?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
now that sends me into a fucking panic mode.
Yeah.
And guys, not that guys don't worry about how things, they're just like, keep on trucking on.
Well, and then they know they have us
Right.
who are going to take care of it. If there's a problem, we'll fix it.
Right. But the thing is, though, the biggest thing of it all is that you can't, what I've learned through all of this, as I have actually been an active fuck you person, like an active, valid, like there's no such thing as fucking PTSD. There's no such thing as this. Like pick your fucking bootstraps up. Like move the fuck on.
Well, you're kind of hard.
I'm a little rough.
Yeah.
But I think now knowing why I'm so shielded, it because I've never dealt with my truth. I've never dealt with my truth. Well, first of all, I didn't know my truth was really like a lie. Like
Yeah, your brother called you and said, here you go. Here's
yeah.
all your problems.
Yeah, here's everything all on one phone call.
Literally, that's what happened to you.
Literally just unraveled my entire life where I lost my whole family, not physically, but mentally lost all of them.
I feel like it's worse. Because
It
if
is
they're
worse.
dead, at least there's an excuse.
At least I know why they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, editing Candice here. So the last clip and the next clip are not going to make sense, so I just wanted to pop in and explain why. I had to cut out a chunk of stuff that we were talking about that is personal and we can't share. So basically the gist of what we were talking about was toxic masculinity and how it affects everybody in society. So long story short, that's that. And so here you go. I'm going to tell you about the color
It's
pink.
society.
It is society.
Well, you know that the male color was pink and the female color was blue, and at some point it switched.
No fucking shit, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pink used to be the predominantly male color. Mm-hmm.
Is that why men look so cute in pink?
I love Douglas's purple stuff. He looks so good in purple.
You know what's funny is William has a purple shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and he actually looks really good in it. And then he has a pink shirt that he wears, and it's a summer shirt, and it's got pink in it. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Douglas looked good on my baby shower. He had a pink shirt on for the baby shower. He looks
It
good
looks
pink.
great.
Purple's his color. But whenever I get him like accessories, I get him pink. Like his thermos is pink.
It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
awesome. And it's funny that you say that because like a couple people have asked, oh my god, you put pink on that car. I would never drive my wife's car if it had pink on it. You know what my husband says? I'm okay with my masculinity. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'll fucking drive that car all day long.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me even one bit.
Nope.
And well, not me,
My father-in-law with his pink glasses. Somebody was like, "Oh, you'd never get pink glasses." He's worn pink glasses for the last 5 years.
Yeah, he would. Because they were just glasses. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
color. It doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. It's just what works. And the funny part is that we live in this world where we're categorizing stuff and we put these ugly truths on top of them and these lies where if you kind of come back from it a little bit and really think about it, it doesn't matter.
Gender's a construct. Like masculinity is a construct. It's all bullshit that we've created.
It is bullshit we've created, and that's just it. I guess it's just
We're probably tougher than most men we know.
Pretty much.
You know.
Yeah.
But they're the man. They can do it.
They're the man. And
when we can change that tire just as quickly as they can.
Well, you know what's funny is William will do that in the shop. He'll be like, "She's got you," and he'll walk out back.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna. They know more, or my brother-in-law will be like, "Yeah, you don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to her."
Mm-hmm.
And I go, "Yeah, I'm pretty much the one you want to talk to about all that."
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty fucking intelligent. I'm pretty much okay.
You should carry like a little penis around with you. Be like, "I do have a penis," and put it on the counter.
Yeah. Well, the girl out front, I drew her a penis and named it her penis. Like I put her name penis, so it's her penis.
She's another one. She could fuck some shit up.
She could fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like people don't understand is women in general. I mean, if you go back to Adam and Eve, Eve was the dominant. That's why you ate the fucking fruit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because you had a say. She said, "You eating a motherfucking fruit, bitch, because I'm here and I created this shit."
Yeah, I know the truth. Let's go, catch up.
Yep, catch up. And that is why, I hate to say it, that is why women create birth. Men do not. Women,
They couldn't handle it.
they couldn't handle it. Women are so much stronger. Not that I'm trying to turn this into a woman empowerment thing, but women in general, the truth is, they're really, a bunch of them are softies.
Mm-hmm.
They're giant teddy bears, and women are more, fuck you, ride or die, I'm gonna fucking stab you. I'll cut a bitch.
Yeah. My husband would be like, "Why didn't you touch me?" And I'm like, "Shut up. You're fine."
Yeah.
Like, and it's so funny. I'm like, "Yeah, obviously I want him to touch me and stuff, but I'm not gonna get like upset about it."
No.
You know, where he's like, "Well, you didn't touch me."
Or like my husband would be like, "I need to be held too, you know." And I'm like, what the fuck?
I love that.
Yeah. Or because I said to him one day, I'm like, "You don't even roll over and hug me anymore because you're fucking dogging me." He goes, "Well, you could always come on my side. I still need to be held too." And I'm like, okay. And then for a second, you think it's weird that like you're on the back side of your husband holding him. But honestly,
I love it.
It's the best.
I love it.
It's the best.
Apparently,
Creeping up behind him and rubbing him.
Exactly.
Yep.
I learned yesterday that if a goth is spooning you from behind, she's a ladle of filth.
That's awesome.
So I'm a ladle of filth.
That's awesome, dirty bitch.
Well, I love hugging Douglas. And rub his bum.
Yep.
Hold his boobs.
I love coming up behind my husband and grabbing his boobies.
Seriously, me too.
I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I love his boobs. Now that he pierced them, I'm like, yeah.
It's great. But the problem is though is that most men are not. They're not like that. Could you imagine some people that we know actually being submissive to their wives and not being dominant?
No.
It never happened.
No.
They'd be so fucking mortified.
Yeah. But our husbands are like, no, I'm a man. That's my wife. Like, yeah, she's in charge.
Yeah.
Like,
and like that is like sometimes, again, they need love too.
They do.
Sometimes they just want to snuggle. If you think about it, like think about your son.
Mm-hmm.
My son will hold his mama any day of the week.
Yeah.
My oldest comes up behind me, puts his arms. "I love you, mama. Will you just turn around? Will you just hug me? I just need to be."
Jesus, the same thing. He'll be like, "Can I have a hug?" And I'm like, "Whatever I'm doing, putting it down. Hug.
I will drop
Let's go.
everything and hug you.
Hug.
Even I don't even give a shit if I'm in the kitchen doing whatever, and my sons come up to me and they give me a hug. I'm like,
nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters right now.
Nothing.
That stove could boil over and it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, I mean, and then you have my daughter who comes up to me and just cups my butt, and I'm like, "Hello, daughter. Hello, mother."
She's saying I love you.
And I'm like, "Oh, but you know what? You know what I learned? I'm gonna reference my therapy again. It's love language.
Yeah.
My lady asked me, she goes, so what's your love language?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking love language.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's your love language? Everybody has a love language.
Yeah. What is yours?
My love language. I'm a touchy feely person. I'm all about touch. If I can't touch,
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm touch. I have to touch, and it's humor, touch and humor.
Mm-hmm. I'm time spent. I just want to be together.
Yeah.
Not concerned about what we're doing. We literally can be going to the dump.
Yeah.
We're together.
I have to touch every time, like we're in the truck or whatever, and I'm just like, I'll literally just go to my husband.
Oh, no wonder your dog fucking does it.
Yeah, it's probably because of me. Yeah.
What the
Or,
fuck?
like with my daughter, I'll come up to her and I'll just be like, hey, or I'll pinch her butt. And I know that sounds weird, but
We're butt touchers.
butt touchers.
We're all
And
butt touchers.
and she'll go, hello, mother. I'm like, hello, daughter. I love you. And she's like, I guess I love you too. And you know what? If I get one of those, I'm fine. But that's like the truth of who I am and who I'm developed to be. Like that is I'm touch.
Touch.
If I can't touch,
It's very interesting that you like touch as much as you do.
because I'm not a hugger. I don't
Yeah.
actually like hugging. I'm not a hugger.
Mm-hmm.
I only like to hug my husband, but under my terms, from behind.
Ah.
Like I only like to come up and hug him like this.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I'm hugging him from front, I just roll in like this and put my head. I don't even hug him. I just
Nuzzle him.
I nuzzle into my nook. It's my nook.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not a hugger. I do not like hugs. I'm not a hugger. If you try to approach me with a hug, I'm like, this is weird. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, my husband's never a hugger. Now he is. Now he'll hug. But for years, I'd be like, can I have a hug? He'd be like,
Ugh.
no. But that was the macho shit. He couldn't be like, yes, I also would like a hug.
Yeah.
Because he also wanted a hug.
But it's really weird though, because if my son comes up to me and he goes, hug time, I'm like, okay, hug time.
Hug time.
Oh, pterodactyl's home.
Ooh.
Now you're gonna have to go because it's dinner time.
Go get him. Well, I think we've talked about our truth and our lies and can wrap it
Yeah.
up. And you can
But
find us everywhere. All of our stuff on hotredmess.com. We're on all the social medias. If you want to send us an email, hotredmess@gmail.com. But seriously, the easiest way to find everything is hotredmess.com. You can message us right on the website. And
yeah, all of our stuff, hotrodmess.com. That's where
our personal stuff is there.
Personal, everything.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit behind with the personal. I know some of you have messaged and asked that question. I'm getting there.
You'll get there.
Once I get past my fucking flagging.
Hey, you know what? And time makes everything better. So
yes, it does. Look at us.
Look at us.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Peace out.
Peace out.